I'll take the wheel.
Let that abundance fall, open up. Let that abundance fall, open up. Let that abundance fall, open up. Let that abundance fall. Let it like yeah.
I think we live. Market to millions. If you want to make millions in your market, y'all know we about to get started. Y'all gonna sit tight. We about to begin. Your skills ain't enough. That's what we're talking about today. Entrepreneurs, content creators. You there? Make sure you tap on in. We about to get started. We got a special guest tonight. I got my boy Michael DAMOND in the building, y'all. Y'all don't want to miss out on this market to millions. You want to make millions in your market, sit tight. I see y'all on Instagram. Yeah, let that abundance fall. You ready for abundance to fall in your life? I want you to drop a fire sign in the comment section. If you want abundance in your life, drop that fire sign in the comment section. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, wherever you at. Y'all gonna tap in. Let's go.
Let that abundance fall, open up. Let that abundance fall, open up. Let that abundance fall. Let it like
What's up, world? It's me, your boy Devon D, and welcome to Market to Millions, where if you want to make millions in your market, we have different discussion with my entrepreneurs, my content creators, my small business on how to do that in 2025. If you want to stay alive in 2025, you in the right spot. But this is what we do here. Again, I come in each and every day. I come and talk to you guys about a different marketing tip to be able to help you stay in business. As y'all seen in the beginning, a lot of people could teach you how to start a business, but not a lot of people can teach you how to stay in business. We can't just start a business. These businesses must live long and beyond us, scale up, or even be sold. How can you grow a business and to the point where it can be sold? And you have to have some scalable measures, and you got to be able to make millions in your market if you want to make want to market to millions. You got to market to millions if you want to make millions in your market. I know I get tongue tied sometimes, but that's how I go. If you here, make sure you drop a fire sign. Make sure that you let me know that you here. I see my Instagram, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on LinkedIn, whether you're on YouTube. Wherever you at, just tap on in, because I see a bunch of y'all in here in different places, and that's why I keep looking around. My head be like this on the screen, but I'm just making sure I'm checking up on y'all. But man, thank y'all for being here. It's gonna be a very valuable night. I got a very special guest with me tonight, my boy Michael DAMOND. Michael DAMOND is in the building. He is a marketer himself. He is a master at the craft within itself. He goes all over the world. He works with customers and clients all over the country. And man, this is truly a master at what he does. We end up stumbling upon that. We was working under some of the same programs and things of that nature. And we just said, man, let's just stop playing around. Let's go and get down. And we've been collaborating and just working together, and just even from afar. He's in Arizona, I'm in Atlanta. And we just been kind of collaborating virtually and just helping each other grow. And he definitely said, man, he'll tap into the show and kind of help give some jewels and drop some jewels and give some value on today's subject. And today we're talking about your skills ain't enough. Yeah, your skills is just not enough. And I know some people got a lot of talent. I ain't saying you ain't talented. I ain't saying you ain't gifted. I know God told you had a gift. You're gifted. Yes, you're gifted. But your skills ain't enough when we start talking about entrepreneurship. And in my journey, I remember this so vividly, especially in the music industry. For all my music industry, my rappers, my producers, my videographers, whatever you do, but I was in the music industry, and I remember this so vividly because sometimes we start things because they are things that we love to do, right? And I was in music. I was a producer. I was an engineer. I mean, I was in the top recording studios all over the world, front of house, back of house, as far as live sound, whatever, man. I was producing. And I had to learn one day that just because you love something don't mean it pay the bills. Just because you good at something don't mean just because you're good, it's going to just pay the bills. And there's a strategy when we start talking about music, but then when we start adding the business, when we said music business, when we start adding those things, when we do, we might do art, but when you start selling your art and you turn your art into a business, things change. And the metrics and the KPIs, y'all know what KPIs are, right? Key performance indicators. I want just again, I'll be dropping these little things on y'all because I just want y'all to catch them. I know I'll be kind of going past and y'all be like, what that mean? And y'all just be acting like y'all knew what it mean. And no, but KPI, key performance indicators. When you start talking about business, there are some key things that you must look at to make sure that you're growing in the right direction in your business. So this is what we're here to do. We're here to help entrepreneurs understand that skills alone don't make you money. Turning those skills into valuable services is what attracts and retains customers. All right. So that's what me and my boy Michael DAMOND is going to talk about with you guys today. Shout out to, I see Vanna in the building over here at Instagram. She said key performance indicators. Absolutely. She dropping the definition in for you. So make sure you get her a like sign for that because we appreciate that. So yeah, but no, we're gonna talk about that, and then also if you are in a love business or a business that was once a hobby, but now you want to figure out how to turn your passion into profit, you definitely want to be on this live so that you can get some jewels, so you can not make some of the mistakes that I made. I made a million of them, y'all. You know what? Leading with my heart and not understanding business sometimes. Say that one more time. Leading with your heart sometimes and not really understanding business. And I know we love people and we love things, but business can't run on love, y'all. You can't throw a bunch of hearts in the bank account. It just don't run on love. I ain't never seen a business just run on just a bunch of hearts, just a bunch of love. So, we have to just be able to, take that mindset shift and transform and understand what it really takes to be in business, even if it's something that we love to do. And that's why if I don't know if I got music people out there, even artists, a lot of times when business people want to talk to an artist, whether it's a music artist or a painter or whatever the artist is, they never want to talk to the artist. That's why they always want to talk to the manager. Why do you think that? Why do y'all think that? Why do y'all think that the business people don't want to talk to the artist? They always want to talk to the manager. Why do y'all think that? I want y'all to put that in the comment section. The business people don't want to talk to the artist because the artist is too attached to the art. So they rather talk to somebody who's not as attached to the art. Not that the manager don't love the art and the art that it represents or he or she represents, is that he or she is not that attached to it. So they can make clear business decisions based upon where the business needs to go and not just because I love it and making personal decisions in business. Because as I tell my entrepreneurs, as I tell my mentees and some of my coachees, is that you can't I got a brain fart. I'll come back to that in a minute. But yeah, you can't I forgot. But we're gonna bring my boy Michael DAMOND up because I got a brain fart. And I was looking at these notes over here and I was looking at these comments. I got so many coming in. I think that y'all coming in. I'm kind of excited that y'all coming in. Y'all got me over here like jittery, man. The Mike must be bringing all the people now. I got a bunch of people. I got Mike on the show. I got a bunch of people. I'm gonna bring my boy Mike here real quick, y'all, cause I want to make sure that he here and we live. I want him to chime in on some of this conversation as well, cause again, I know he got some entrepreneurs out there as well. Mike, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you
What's
doing?
going on with you, man? I'm over here getting brain farts, man. I got so many people on now, man, because you here, man. I got the superstar on, man. We gonna call this the Mike Show, the Mike Market to Millions Show.
Hey, I'm plugging into all the connections. I'm quiet on camera, but I'm making it work behind the
But
scenes.
yeah, we were just talking about how skills just not enough, though, and understanding that you can't just lead with the heart alone, and understanding that how business people would they like talking to the managers because the managers aren't as attached to the art, and just kind of how the leading with our heart sometimes will lead us broke, and it'll lead
Yes.
us in a situation where we're not growing because we keep leading with our heart. And I even see that even in market. Sometimes we don't want to leave a market because this is where we know everybody. But again, once you've sold to all your friends and family, where you gonna go? You know what I mean? You gotta go to strangers. They say in business, especially in a lot of my mentees say, you're gonna get rich with strangers. You're not gonna get rich with the people you know.
That's
and
facts.
just kind of tap in, and I want you to kind of give me some of your experiences on that, as far as like why skills aren't enough in business.
Yeah, this is a good conversation. I was talking to you when I saw you posted about it. That's one of the things that I'm heavily focused on this year because there's two parts of me. Like often reflecting on my own personal journey of what my entrepreneurial journey looked like, and I was somebody who started purely out of the fact that I was just trying to get free from a 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
I'd done it for about 4 or 5 years, and I was just like, okay, like I know I cannot do this until the age of 60, whatever the retirement age is. I got to find another way out. And what I had to do is I had to develop skills, but I had never had to depend on myself or what I know or my skills to necessarily generate income.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to sell myself in an interview. I know enough to get the job done. I'm pleasant, so people like talking to me. So those parts I could do. But when it comes to like being on your own and being the person who solely drives the reason why people want to spend money with you, that requires a skill set in itself. But you also need to know how to identify what skills you have, who's going to value them the most enough to willing to pay for them. And the other part that I think a lot of people miss out on is how do I put these skills and promote them in the right places so the people who are looking for them can find me. So, that's a valuable thing to be able to do, and it's a very important topic because there's tons of people with the talent, tons of people with skills, but they don't know how to package them up. And
Right.
that's something that I've developed some skill set around doing.
Absolutely. So I want to just kind of divide this up a little bit and understand, give people just a kind of an understanding that skills and just kind of what skills mean in the business world. Skills is what you know how to do. That's what your skill is. It's just what you know how to do. Now, when you package it in business and in a service or a product, how you package and deliver your skill is how you solve a problem. So, what does your skill do to solve a problem? Not just you good. I'm good at graphic designing. How does that
Yeah.
graphic designing solve my business or solve a problem for customers and clients, right? So again, let me ask you a question. Mike, how does your service solve a problem for your clients?
So the service that I provide is the first thing that most people value is the fact that I can get it done faster than they can trying to do it on themselves. That's the first
Speed.
thing. Speed. They value the speed. And a lot of people just don't have the confidence that they know what to do and the right way to do it. So by coming to me and talking to me, those who, find out what my skill sets are, the way that I'm promoting myself, the proof that I produce to show what I've done, all
Mm-hmm.
those things kind of lend themselves to let people see that I'm the solution that they need for that. So it's really the speed oftentimes. I would say I
Mm-hmm.
have kind of like two buckets of clients. I have people who depend on me for my knowledge because
Hmm.
they want to say, "Hey, can you help me figure this out?" And
Hmm.
then I have people who will say, "Look, I know this needs to get done, but I'm not gonna do it. Like, I don't want to know have no hands in it. Like, send me the invoice
I
and go."
know plenty
You
of them.
know,
They like, I don't want to do nothing, man. I know how to do it. I just don't want to do it. I want
don't
you
want
to
to
do
do it.
it.
Exactly. And that's really what it boils down to. What is it that you could do for somebody else that they
Right,
willing to pay for? You know?
right. And again, so and people got to understand that sometimes they have to pay for that speed. If you got and that's where coaches and if you got a mentor or even a mastermind group are so important because they can stop you from making some of those mistakes so that you can get to your goals and get to the to get to the destination faster. It's
Exactly.
like going to college, but you ain't got to do the 4 years. You can do the 4 years in 1 month if you sit down with me. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
let me take
Like,
that certificate class.
huh?
I said, let me take that certificate class and get what I need real quick.
Right. You know what I mean? But that's what they pay for. So sometimes when we have high ticket clients and they say, man, why would somebody pay you all that money to do? And as they say, it's just, you know how people say, it's just,
Yeah,
it only gonna take you, or that only took you, and they don't understand that the years of training and building that it took for you to be able to do it that fast, right?
right.
And that's what people again have to understand. That's where the value comes in sometimes with certain professions and things of that nature. So, um, so service again, like we say, service is how you package and deliver your skills to solve a problem, and skills is just what you know how to do. And people can sometimes get those mixed up because they think because I know how to do this that this is worth so much. But if you don't know how to package it and service it, is still what you know how to do so well is still worth nothing, right?
Yeah, exactly. There's a skill set required in being able to communicate your skills in a way that so you can put it into a service that people can buy.
Right,
I see that quite a bit working with people who are starting out for the first time, taking something that they've done for years and want to offer it. And oftentimes they think it's just good enough the fact that they can show that they've done it and they have the experience with it. But if
right,
it doesn't translate to the person who is searching on Google or looking
right,
for reviews
right.
or looking for content that's going to help them make the right decision about what person they should go with,
Mhm.
it's not going to connect. It's not good enough the fact that you just are good at it if you can't communicate it.
Mm, right, right. So in the comment section, do you think you're selling a skill or a solution? I want you to be honest. What do you think that you're selling in your business or in your talent? Because again, I know some people, are talent driven and they use their, again, as I say, they want to turn their passion into a profit some type of way. And, again, just understanding where the talent lies and where the business must lie is the balance that a lot of times that they must find. So people don't pay for skills; people pay for results, and that's what I learned in a lot of in business is that they don't care who know how to do it better. Who can do it for me the fastest, the best, with with the greatest customer service and everything else. Like I want results. It might not be the best person because sometimes we see the best person as they used to say, some of the best people are the ones who are the most people who don't move as much. You know what I mean? Those people that they say the ones that work harder, those the ones that usually get the job. You know what I mean? And it might not been the best person for the job, but it's the person who's definitely working at it. So and translating that. So yeah, people don't pay for skills, they pay for results. So we got to find the pain points and then we got to be able to solve those problems. So like somebody just saying, like I said, if I say I'm just a graphic designer, that don't really speak much. But if I say, man, I help marketing pieces speak to my clients' customers so that they make more money or that their sales increase. You know what I mean? Like, what do I do specifically with my graphic design to help you? My designs help you make money because it drives people to your website or and I do this in a way with colors and words and numbers and things that I like in that nature, and able to be able to do that. If again, if it was just graphic design, again, if I was a personal trainer, instead of just saying I'm a personal trainer, what do? I help people lose pounds within 2 weeks without spending hours in the gym. Like, oh man, that's a result. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's not just what you do. That's a result that I can say, man, he gonna help me lose at least 10 pounds without spending what? Without spending a lot of time in the gym. Oh man, come
Mhm.
on with it, because I hate going to the gym. You know what I mean? He got a man. I help busy professionals work out virtually so that they don't have to go to the gym. What problem are you solving? Because as a business and as a busy professional, I don't have time to go to the gym all the time. Like, I don't. I rather sit at home, watch me a YouTube video, and just do the little calisthenics or something. And I mean, and I see a lot of even personal trainers who are moving to the virtual, who's moving to a lot of the virtual things, because again, they can reach a lot more people faster and deliver the results. So
Right.
so yeah, man, that's what's up. So package it for profit. That's how I call it. You got to package yourself for profit, not just packaging yourself to just be shown off. Like, I'm a graphic designer.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You got to
Yeah.
package it for profit.
I met a lot of really, really good graphic designers over the years, like excellent graphic designers, but they did not know how to sell themselves, and they didn't know how to. They didn't. Some of them didn't know how to do the business side. Some of them just simply had no interest in doing the business side, and
I,
they just outsourced themselves. So
I
like,
hate when people say, man, I got a marketing person and all they got is a graphic designer.
yeah, different things.
Those are two different. Your graphic designer is not your marketing person.
Yeah,
He just know how to graphic design. He doesn't know how to mark. There's a science in marketing. Marketing is psychology. Again, colors and things that move people. It's all psychology and marketing. So I hear that all the time. People like, I got a marketing person. Well, a person who make your flyers, that's not a marketer. That's not a marketing person. That's a graphic designer. Yeah, you hear that
rarely
a
you'll
lot
come
as
across
well.
somebody who has all the skills. Yeah, rarely you'll come across, like for me, I've kind of started with graphic design solely,
Me
and
too.
then because of customer demand and client demand of them, hey, can you figure this out? Can you do this? I expanded into the web design, got into social media once that came out, as AI comes out. So like some people have that interest and that desire to be able to adapt to the conditions of the market that we're in, and
Mhm.
you'll get some people who can contain all those in one place. But then there's a lot of people who just go to school, develop their skill to kind of be very good at that one thing. And there's a place for both, but it's up to you as the business owner to understand who you need in that moment. Some people hire the wrong person, expecting them to be all things. I got the graphic designer, and I'm expecting them to manage my social media and do my branding and all that. Those are like totally different skill sets, and
Mhm.
it's important to understand the difference between them so that you can make the right hires.
Mhm. And setting up a system around whatever it is that you do as well. I mean, the customer experience goes beyond just delivering the product. It's all,
Right.
from the time that they called you or contacted you, from the till the delivered product. Like, what was the customer experience? So, a lot of times I tell businesses, even though if you're good at something, but what is the customer experience around buying your product? And we get that again a lot of time in the fashion business, where we say, hey, you may go to the Gucci store, or you may go to a Louis Vuitton store, a high end store, but the experience from going in there, from going to Target, is just totally different. How they greet you, how
Right.
you sit down, just the whole customer experience is different. So I always tell people, even if you're good at something, what is the customer experience around what you do when you go into business? So you know uh, beyond just because that's where the over delivering comes in, right? What I mean, when
Right.
you can contact, and you're easily accessible, or you're they everything is clear and right up front. Like, that is a part of the customer experience around whatever it is that you do. And some people just go past that, and they just say, man, I'm just good at this. Just look like
Right.
great, great, great. But now let's build a system behind it, so that you could sell 1 million of these things that you're good at. You know what I mean? So
That's
yeah.
been one of the most valuable lessons I've learned in the past couple of years. I just had my 50th birthday, and I'm getting older, and it's like I'm realizing the older I
Hey,
get, man, the less I want to do. So
less
it's
you
just
want to
like,
do.
how do I make this operate in a way so that when people come to the door, whether it's two people or 100 people, what do I need to do in order to make that process easy for them? So I think a lot of times we underestimate
Hmm.
how much value people are going to get, not just from the service that you're doing and the product you're delivering, but like you said, what the experience was to get there.
Right.
So that was a big eye opener for me to figure out what's the best way I can serve clients in a way that's going to be self guided for them and allow me to produce faster and cut the turnaround times down. Um, Definitely something that people need to take in consideration when you're operating your business.
What's some advice for like if somebody has a business or was a client or want to be a client? Like, what's some advice for them to or for them to take and say, I'm good at this, and then what's the next step?
Yeah, I put together a program for that this year. It's going to be called the First 100K. Right now, I'm still building some of the back end things, but over the past like 5 years, I've been working with a lot of startup entrepreneurs, people who are either taking a skill set that they developed in a career, or maybe there's something that they've wanted to do for a very long time, but they just didn't have the time to do it. Life's changing in a different place, and now they want to invest some time in that. And what I always do in the beginning is I really want people to start with the mindset. That's going to be one of the first things. It's a lot different mindset earning your income rather
Hmm.
than through employment than it is through business and entrepreneurship. When I first started my business, really had an employee mindset for a very long time, and it wasn't until like many failures later and many broke years and many disconnection notices that I had to realize that I had to
Hmm.
change some things up and operate like a business. Like you said earlier, it's not about the love. You have to operate as a business.
Hmm.
So working through that mindset is the one thing to really understand that. And then the other thing that I think people don't spend enough time on is really getting clear about, okay, once I've done the work to identify what this skill set is, who's going to be the best match for that? Like, who is at that point right now where they're just like, I need to find this right now today
Hmm.
because this is getting on my nerves and I need a solution for it. We often gloss over that because we think that anybody who just sees what we do and that we're good at it is going to buy it. But there are
Hmm.
people that have some pressure underneath what they're doing. They might have goals that they need to meet. They might have a time urgency because there's something changing in their life that they need to get this thing done for. So I definitely think that spending more time thinking about who's going to be that really, really hot avatar that's really going to need this and is going to value it, you get to the point where you have people who don't even care how much it costs because they just need to get it done. Uh,
Hmm.
Spend some time on there. I've been using Chat GPT. I'm actually configuring some GPTs now
Hmm.
to do that work for my clients. So when they're in that program, they will have access to the GPTs that I've configured to kind of help them expedite that process. But I think that's a definitely some place to spend some time because then when you come out with the product, you get the graphic designer involved, you get the funnels built. Man, stuff is just going to flow so much easier. The software, like everything, is just going to make sense, and you're going to just make it so much easier for people to say, "Yeah, this is the person that I need," and to click that buy button.
All right. So what we talking about today? If you just now joining us, we saying your skills aren't enough in business. We know a lot of talented people in the world, and we just have experience in business, and I again in music and everything else is experience that just because you're good at something don't mean that you're gonna make the most money at it. It takes a whole other sets of skills and strategies in order to be able to make that launch in the business world. And sometimes, we lead with our heart or our feelings in business, and sometimes that don't add up in our pockets. And we just trying to help those out there, entrepreneurs, business owners, whatever you got going, to just make sure that you understand the difference between leading with your heart and understanding that you leading strategically, in within business. So that's what we talking about tonight. I see we do got a lot of people on and from a lot of different platforms. Savannah, I see you in the building. Keela King is here in the building. Joshua Chapman, Stan, what's happening? Yo, Vanna in the building, still over here on Instagram. Yo, if you are
Yeah, we
here, make
all over
sure
the
that you
place.
let us know that you are still here and enjoying this content. Yo, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you at, make sure that you drop your comments. And if you got any questions, make sure that you drop them as well. We willing to answer some questions live as well. So if you got any questions, with your business about, whether you leading with your heart and you want to make sure that you're making the right business decisions, man, just drop a question in the comments and we'll definitely talk about it. I see Savannah said it is. I remember when I first stepped into the Gucci in Illinois. When I first entered, it was a clear, clean experience. They were so intentional with me, from the smiles, words that they were spoken, questions that they asked, how they lead you for a seat only, to be your personal shopper. If you wasn't buying anything, they made you want to buy. And again, that was just her experience at the Gucci store. And she was just talking about the difference between, that customer experience, that journey. Again, before you buying this product, before we even get to the product, the journey along the way was so enjoyable that she wanted to buy, even if she didn't want to go in here and was just window shopping. She's like, I wanted to buy because of the way they treated me. And I've experienced that a lot in these places as well. And again, but when we experience this, I want us just to take time to be able to just dissect it a little bit and say, how can I take this back to my business? Now, I might not have a Gucci store, but how can I give an experience? Because experience ain't all about brick and mortar and lights, and it's all about the experience and the journey. Hey, right after someone purchased a product, they get this email, but the email is crafted and the email is designed, or what is the experience? They get a text message, they're invited to a private group, they may get something in the mail as well. What is the experience along the way? Because sometimes it's just it's not the Gucci story, but how can you bring a Gucci experience to your skill, to the thing that you good at? I know sometimes you be looking back and you be seeing other people do what you do. You be like, mine's better than that. You know how people, mine's better than that. Oh, they got that from mine. But so instead of being upset that someone maybe hit the market first, we got to dissect and see why did that happen before yours happened, or before you had an opportunity. Was it just the pure initiation, or was it the experience that they got? Or if you have a current competitor in your market, or someone who does this, I don't call them competitors, I just say variety. Because as we go down to tissue paper, I was a million tissue papers. Are they competing, or are they just variety? So I just call us variety, right? So it's not your competitor, it's just the customer's variety. And you may say, why are they going there and my product is even cheaper? You might even say, man, mine is even less. Why are they shopping
That's
with them and not shopping with me? Don't get mad and be hating and trying to sabotage their business. Dissect. Why? What's the experience? Why? What do people feel? What is the sense that they're getting when they hear this, or when they see that, or how did they do that? You know what I mean? Apple is, again, is incredible at it. You know what I mean? That's why they say it's cult like following, because of the experience. Even going into the Apple store, the experience is like, I ain't never seen this in a Windows product. You know what I mean? I ain't never had a PC place like this. You know what I mean? Like, it's the experience. And that's, again, if you want to make millions in your market, you got to know how to market to the millions. You know what I mean? And so that's just kind of what we breaking down today. If you got any questions, again, thank you, Savannah, for that. Man, most stores you go into don't even say hello. I'm at the point in my life right now. If they don't speak as I'm walking in, I will ask to speak to the manager and let them know why I will not return. Uh-oh. And these customers getting mad. Y'all better have them greeters greeting.
Hey, that Gucci experience set the bar different.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. Thank y'all for joining in again. If y'all want more information, we got a text number that you can text us right now. You could text the word coach 833-227-8949. Again, text the word coach to 833-227-8949 if you want more information on me and my boy Michael D and how we can help you market your way to millions. So, man, thank you guys for being part of the conversation. Those who have tapped in already, let us know where you from too. Let us know where you from. We want to know where y'all from. So don't just stop by. Let us know where y'all from. We want to make sure that we know what parts of the earth we touching right now. So, let us know where y'all from if you are here. Hard and soft skills, absolutely, Vano. You got a lot of comments. We got Instagram. That's what's up. Facebook is definitely chiming in. YouTube is even coming in here.
I wanted to talk a little bit on that, what you just talked about too. We've been given some examples about what that experience looks like in like a brick and mortar retail store. But you can also duplicate giving people some experience with your service virtually. Recently, I just done I do a lot of virtual workshops, and most of the times when I'm doing them, there's a couple things that's going on. Sometimes I'm piloting something new that's like a piece of a larger puzzle that I'm working on. I'm testing messaging. I want to see if people register, how many people who actually signed up for it stick and stay throughout the whole thing. So I'll often do like virtual workshops. You have people who do challenges just to kind of get that data and see what's working, and then I'll tweak it, which may later on become like a paid product, but it may have started as like a free product. But what happens during that time when I'm doing that is I'm giving people an experience of working with me. Imagine the opportunity that you have to really validate your skills and what you can do for people when you got them for 5 days. I had people for 5 days tuned in, wanted to learn something that I take for granted that to me is really simple: how to start your YouTube channel and some of the basics things of setting it up. It was really just how to create one, how to add your banner, like what do all these different things mean, even giving somebody like an experience of something that you might know very, very well and you think is really easy to do is going to give people an opportunity to work with you, to see like what your personality is like, to kind of see, what other ways you might be able to help them. By the end of that workshop, I had people like booking calls and asking like, hey, like coming up with all kind of stuff that didn't have nothing to do with YouTube. But if we did not have that experience and that exchange with each other, I may not have gotten the opportunity to demonstrate that value of what I can do for them through that workshop. So don't think that you have to have a brick and mortar store.
Nope.
You can also duplicate that in some virtual ways online, in groups, all of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Another way you can duplicate it is personalize your outreach. Instead of just having a general text outreach, and then again, if you have a CRM or a software that can pull that data, personalize your emails and your text. Don't just send out hey, say hey James or hey Jane, or you know what I mean, like personalize it. That's another small little thing that you may think that makes a difference. Yes, it makes a difference when people see their name on the email, or when they fill out a form, but then on the next form it says congratulations Devon, and it's big, and Mike took my little icon from face. Like, it just makes it feel more personal, and that's another way to do it virtually, again, versus a brick and mortar store. So to Mike's point, again, it don't have to be like that. There's ways to do it virtually, and just personalizing your outreach, whether it's text or email, even in an inboxes. Don't just make it feel like a mass thing. Make it feel more personal. Hey James, we see that you like this part of our service or this product in our take, get data that can help, and again, use questionnaires and surveys to get the data. You want to know what somebody, use that to get the data, and then have it turn and say, well, we see that you like to play basketball. Like, how did it? Oh, again, you know what I mean? It's just that personalization that makes people smile. And as they say, sometimes it's just the small things. You know, we hear women say that all the time, right? It's just the small things. You know what I mean? And we got to give our customers sometimes just the small little things that make, just to give you that leg up, maybe on the other person who's not doing that, or the other variety that we have out there, or the comp. So again, just to recap a little bit, skills are cool, but service and value is what sells. Make sure that you're solving a problem and not just offering a skill, right? And then package, price it, and make it an experience. All right, that's what we're talking about. That's the kind of recap for this evening. And I hope you guys got some value out of this. Hey, Mike, you got something else for him this evening?
I just want to say that I think that there's a lot of really talented people out there, people who have a lot of great skills. I usually refer to it as, what's your greatness? And I believe that a lot of us kind of gone through parts of our lives where we're really kind of pulled away from tapping into those things. We're believing that those things can't possibly sustain us. But if you talk to any entrepreneur, visionary, founder, anybody who really had a vision that was much bigger than who they were at that time, and ask them, what was it that made you go after this thing? What made you want to do this thing? Oftentimes, it was because they knew that there was something greater for them, and they had to work through that and process of believing in that in order to get to it. So I know right now you have a lot of shifting going on in the workplace. You have people, we have generations of people, like hundreds of thousands of people retiring out of careers, some involuntarily losing, their places
Mm-hmm.
somewhere that they thought they were
Mm-hmm.
going to be until they retired. But even within all of that, you want to really take some time to reflect on what is it that I've done through the years, what might be something that somebody else is going to value it, and then how can I package it and how can I put it into a place that people can find it. Just don't really let like the past experience of you thinking that that job or those skills are only valid and valuable in the workplace. There is a marketplace outside of the workplace that pays for those skills. You ever
Mm-hmm.
work at a place where you have somebody who comes in as a consultant, gets
Mm-hmm.
paid probably like two, three times what you might get paid as an employee, to do some of the, actually, oftentimes to do less than what the employees are doing. Those people just have a marketable skill that they learn how to sell to that company. And don't underestimate the power of consulting and coaching when it comes to that.
Absolutely. Hey, if you are ready to turn your skills into a high value service, I want you to put coach in the comment section. I want you to put coach in the comment section if you are ready to turn your skill into a high value service. Again, the word is coach tonight, because sometimes, hey, we have to be coachable. So if you are coachable, you're looking for some help, you want to grow to the next level, you want to use some experience and wisdom, my boy Mike, all his contact information is in the description of this video. All his, IG, if you want to contact him on his website, they're all there. Make sure that you reach out. Make sure that go explore. Go get some of the Michael DeMond experience. All right. All right. So thank you again, Mike. I appreciate you coming on, man. We got to do this again, though. We got to do this again. We got to do this more often, man. I like this. This is one of my first times having a guest. So, I'm working. I'm building my way up. Right. I'm working these muscles. So I appreciate you being my guinea pig.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it. Ever since I found out we shared that love for like nerding out on tech stuff, like anytime, just
Yeah,
reach
we
out to me.
and to everybody out there, we such introverts. We are solopreneur introverts. I know y'all might see us on social media and think we are we are to our me and him been on these computer screens all day.
And happy too.
And happy, right? And happy, content, ain't want to go nowhere. It's 55 degrees outside and sunny. I ain't even seen it, man, because I just truly love what I do. But we gotta understand that the love ain't gonna put all the money in our pocket. Love don't pay the bills, and we have to learn how to take this love and transform it into some value. As somebody told me this long time ago, and this is what kind of gave me the clue. They said money comes from thin air, and I'm like, money come from thin air. And I'm like, what do you mean? They say, man, someone came up with an idea, and then they put it, and then and it generated money. And I'm like, man, I got a ton of ideas. I ain't generating no money. I'm like, I got plenty of them. Where you cash in ideas
Right.
at? Like, is there like a cash for idea place? You know what I mean? But what I had to learn is that, you can turn an idea into, something real. But that skill of how to do that, it was something that I had to learn, and it took me over maybe a decade or two to learn it, because I was so leading just with my heart and not really truly looking at the books of my business and understanding what it was going to really take to grow so that I could live the life that I wanted to live. A lot of us start business. We didn't start business to slave for our business, right? We wanted to start a business so that we could live a lifestyle, so that we could live, do what we want to do, work when we want to work, but it's a journey to get there. It don't just happens overnight, right?
For
So,
real.
that's why we kind of talking about this, because we want you, again, give you some speed in your journey by saying, okay, you know what? I know you love this and you think you're the best at this, but let me show you that, there's a business side that we must look at that got nothing to do with you. It got to do with your customers. It got to do with people that's experiencing your thing. Like, this ain't got nothing to do with you. We got to think about this side and how we can make that side want to keep coming to this side, right? So whatever it is that you do, whether it's a sport, whether it's a talent, music, art, your skills, your talent, enough alone ain't enough. It's just not in business. You know what I mean? It might be good enough for for your heart and for people. I know a lot of people, especially in music, they got, man, some songs that's be like, you be like, man, you should have put this out, and they just so attached to it, like, no. Yeah, and they harbor in the art. They can't even allow the flower to blossom because they won't even put the seed out there. And it's like, and that's why we want to talk to the manager. The manager, hey man, here you go.
Right. Move out the way. Let
Hey,
me
they
get
be
the
mad at
players
the
up.
manager, but the manager be making it happen, because again, they'll take it just out of that ahead and they'll make it real. So
Exactly.
I understand, and again, I'm an artist at heart. I mean, I went to the school of art, so I get the artist side, the passion side. Like, this is what I do. This is a part. This ain't just a thing. I put so much energy behind this, and I don't want to just give this away.
Yeah.
But are you doing this again for yourself, or are you doing this as a business? And when you make that decision to cross over into the business world, some of them personal things got to go out the window. You know what I mean? Because in order for this business to thrive, you know what I mean, not just survive, for these businesses to thrive, it's some strategic thinking, and it just calls for a different set of tools and strategies so that we can create value in the market. So again, remember, we talk about my people. We talk about how we gonna create our USPs, our unique selling propositions. What's unique about us? What's unique about our experience? What's unique about doing business? The interaction. Everybody have to craft theirs. So I just want you to craft yours out there, no matter what it is that you do. Just craft that experience so that you understand that skills alone ain't gonna do it, but the journey and the system that you put behind your skill is what's gonna help you. So, shout out to all my art people out there, all my nerds, all my tech heads and my geeks. Y'all know what it is, man. We be sitting behind these keyboards and screens and programs, man. But yeah, shout out. We got some coaches in here. Keela King. We got Savannah Burks. They says, coach, 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 coach. They say, coach, where the coach at? We are here. So we definitely gonna reach out to you guys. Thank you guys again. We are about to go. Again, if you want to make millions in your market, you got to learn how to market to millions. And again, why I do this again, as they say, man, this is a study that came out. They say 78% of small businesses fail because they lack a well-developed marketing plan. They lack a well-developed marketing plan. And that's a study by US Bank. US Bank is saying that 78% of businesses fail because they lack a well-developed marketing plan. And we want to make sure that you are planning for success and not planning to fail, right? Because again, if you're not planning, then you're already planning to fail. So let's make sure that we are planning so that we can not be a part of that 78%, right? So thank you guys again for being here. Yo, we're out there, let the abundance fall. I'll see you guys tomorrow. The world is watching. We always give you something to see. Peace.
Peace.
Mellow, take the wheel.